What Final Fantasy game would I recommend? Well, here's the thing. Aside from FF14, I haven't really played any Final Fantasies until recently. I've been doing a series called Final the Fantasies where I play every Final Fantasy game in order. Yeah, that. So I have played 1 through 4 in their entirety, and I'm working on 5 right now. I I feel like 4 is thus far the most like user friendly, if that makes sense. Uh, like 4 is not as complex and the story is very good. And yeah, I enjoy 5. I think 5 is a little silly, and I think if you're starting Final Fantasy for the first time, 5 might be a bit daunting because of all the jobs you can choose from, right? Now, I will say Final Fantasy 14 is probably one of the best, is easily the best MMO I've ever played. But MMOs are daunting, and of course, not everybody can. Yeah, in some games, there are different jobs that you can pick. Like in Final Fantasy 3, you unlock jobs as you go. And then but like in 4, everyone has pretty much a singular job that they stick to. 4 is probably the most beginner friendly of the ones I've played. FF1 isn't bad though, as far as your first Final Fantasy. FF1 is, if you don't play the one for the NES, if you played the Pixel Remaster probably, or if you played the GBA version, which is what I played, FF1's probably pretty solid. There might be some like bullshit you have to deal with, but the story is very simple and it's the foundation for all of Final Fantasy. And the one I would not recommend is 2. I'm glad that I played 2 for the experience, but 2 is, they got experimental with 2. So I would not recommend 2. It's not bad, it just doesn't work. Like, the ideas are cool in theory, but in practice, it does not work well. Basically, the problem with 2 is instead of getting experience points and just leveling up your character, you level up different skills, which in theory sounds really cool, but in practice, it means you have to, like, for example, you get a spell for a character. You will miss with that spell until you, like, get enough experience with that spell to where you're hitting it every time. And, like, if you want to increase your stamina and your HP, you have to take hits. So, like, to really make progress, you have to literally hit yourself over and over again. It's not fun. The story is interesting. It's interesting, but And again, I'm still glad I played it for the experience. But I would not recommend it. It's like every other like second iteration of a game, right? Where they go off the rails. Like Zelda 2 and Mario 2. Because like the conventions aren't conventions yet, right? They're not. It's not a conventional thing until you see it in multiple games. So yeah, I don't recommend 2. 3 is good. Might be a little overwhelming if you've never played a Final Fantasy, but it's not like daunting. If I was to recommend one, I would say 4, or maybe 1 if you want to get back to like the roots of it. And if you're open to MMOs, F14 gives you a wonderful story in a sort of solo RPG experience with MMO elements, if that makes sense. Instead of an MMORPG, it's an RPG first that just happens to be an MMO. So its story is the core component of the gameplay. And I recommend it, but again, it's very daunting to look into 14 because, you know, there are all these expansions and all of this stuff to try out. So, yeah. But that is my current assessment of the Final Fantasies that I have played. I'm very much looking forward to 6. I played a little bit of 6, but I didn't get very far. So I'm really looking forward to playing 6 after I finish up 5. Because that is a lot of people's favorite.